Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Toe Tags Metal Reviews, and today we're giving you guys a review of Judgment Day by Lovebites. So we've listened to this album non-stop throughout the entire week, and I'm sending the floor over to Vile Self. What did you think of this album?
This album is pretty damn good, okay? Had a lot of fun with this album throughout the week. And I'm just gonna get my gripes out of the way. I always have gripes. I feel like that's our job here as music reviewers or critics, whatever you call us. We gotta find the stuff we don't like and give it to you guys. So the stuff I don't like about this album, there's not much, by the way, that I don't like. I found a couple of the songs, I don't even know how to put this. This is weird. I liked all the songs, but a couple of them felt a little bit like behind the others as far as quality goes.
Kind of like what I mentioned last week.
What was that? Remind me.
There was a 3-song stretch after Stand and Deliver that last week I said was just kind of like not really as good after a song like Stand and Deliver. Not exactly.
Yeah, okay, kind of like that. So the songs, okay, Lost in the Garden is pretty much the biggest one for me. This is the song that I really just didn't have nothing did it for me in this song, Lost in the Garden. That's track number 8. Wicked Witch, track number 4. Track number 6, Victim of Time. Those songs I liked a lot more, but also were kind of like, there's like maybe 1 or 2 little parts I liked about them, but not the entire song.
Why don't you mention Wicked Witch? Because that one actually grew on me a lot. That one, to me...
Okay, so my favorite part of Wicked Witch, let me just tell you what my favorite part of it is. The part that I liked. It's this call and answer between the vocals and guitars during the verses. So like the vocalist would sing a line and then the guitars would match the exact melody of that line. And they did a back and forth thing. I really like that. That's the thing that was like, yes, I like this song for that reason.
Yeah. I feel like that song, to me, there was a day during this week where I'm like, whoa, this really just sounds like an Iron Maiden song.
Yeah,
like
a lot of Iron Maiden stuff.
Everything from the vocal melody to the vocal melody to the guitar work to the riffs to the way it's performed, all of it totally sounds like something I could hear Iron Maiden performing. That's not a bad thing, by the way, because it's the only song that does that, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. It sounds like Maiden. Like, this is rad. Like, wow. Like, that one really stepped up, because last week I didn't really have much to say about it, but this week it really stood out to me. I was like, oh yeah, this is the one that sounds like Maiden.
Yeah, so other than a couple songs falling a little flat for me, my other biggest issue was the intro track. Not that it's a bad track. I think We Are the Resurrection is a good track, but not as an intro track. I feel like a better intro track for this album would have been Judgment Day. I feel like it just would have been a way better way to kick off the album for me. Put We Are the Resurrection, maybe track 7, 8 down there somewhere. I felt like it would have been better placement. The thing with Judgment Day, though, is awesome song, but the beginning, and this is just me being a pervert, it sounds like fapping. It just sounds like some fucking...
Keep in mind,
some moaning, you're hearing fapping going on, and then all of a sudden the glass breaks and the Texas rattlesnake. But I think that would have been a cool intro. Like, replace the fapping part with some, which is her just running through like...
she's running through a forest.
Running through some wet ground. So it sounds kind of like mucky. Replace that with something else. Then you have the glass break, and then dun 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 dun. Like, that would have been a way better intro to the album, in my opinion.
She's stomping mud holes, walking them dry.
There you go. That's where the glass break comes from.
That's where the glass break comes out.
One thing about this song, though, is it kind of it has a bit of a fake ending, and then the intro starts again in a way. And I more than once got tricked into thinking, is this on repeat? What the hell? And I looked at it like, oh, I forgot. The ending starts the same way as it starts.
Yeah, I think Judgment Day, like the title track, is an incredible song, and honestly, that ending is the only criticism I have for it. I feel like it should have ended with the glass breaking.
Yeah,
that's it. And I get having that, intro as the outro, like that bookend, but I feel like in this situation, I think I mentioned this last week, that it kind of feels stapled on.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, like, the song is god tier. Everything about it is awesome. It would have been a good opener. Like, I think if it was an opener, would have been a great opener. I'm fine with We Are the Resurrection being an opener, but I agree that Judgment Day would have been a good one as well.
The glass break would have been a fine bookend too, because it had
it has that at the beginning. Yeah, like it would have worked that way. It's still a sick song.
Okay, let's start talking about the goodness. Where do I start? So, The Spirit Lives On. It's just an awesome song. This is track number 3. Vocally, I'm attracted to it. It's a song, actually, I mentioned this on my first impression. She does vocal runs, right? This is the song she does that on. So I love that. Stand and Deliver,
It's still fire.
a fucking 10 out of 10. This song is so good. Okay, so I'm gonna use a word I don't think I've ever used on the channel before. Sass.
Sass.
He's got sass.
Ooh.
Singing that chorus, he got sass. The gang vocals, when they're singing, you can hear all the different tonalities and pitches and stuff like that. So fucking good. The song is so good. My Orion. This is a song that I saw people comment on saying, oh, the only song I don't like is My Orion. You're crazy. My Orion is a great song. It's got one of the catchiest hooks on the album. It didn't take long for My Orion to grow on me. It's one of the top songs. But then you get down to the last 2 songs. Dissonance and Soldier Stands Solitarily. We did mention these on the first impressions. We're mentioning them again because Dissonance is just one of those songs that has great energy, fury, frantic pace. My favorite part about this song is the alt picking, and then it just bleeds into a tremolo riff, which is like, it's probably nothing too profound, but just the way it's done, I guess, is very attractive to my ear holes. Like, I don't know, man. Dissonance is a fucking amazing song, and then to follow it up with Soldier Stand Solitarily as an album closer, oh my god, that combo right there, it's almost like Needle 24/7 and 6 Pounder, like as far as 2 epic songs back to back goes on an album. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. But what an epic way to end the album. Nasty soloing. It's just, yeah, I couldn't be more pleased with the ending of this album, the last 2 or 3 songs. Actually, not 3. Number 8 is the one I don't like. But
both of those songs are ridiculous. In Dissonance, I really like the reverb that's on the vocals in it, and that I think that's in a few songs. But on Dissonance, it really stands out to me more than the others. Not sure exactly why, but it just kind of sounds really cool in that one. Soldier Stands Solitarily, amazing closer, just super duper epic. Very, very good pick to end the album on. Those 3 tracks that I mentioned last week after Stand and Deliver, I said last week that they kind of just not brought the album down, but they just didn't really live up to what I enjoyed from Stand and Deliver. I don't really feel that way anymore. I feel like those 3 songs are good, and, but earlier on, like when we first checked out the album, I'm like, after Stand and Deliver, and then there would be those 3 songs, and then the last 2, I'd kind of look forward to the last 2, but now that doesn't happen anymore. Like, I enjoy those 3 songs, and then by the time I get to Distance, I'm like, oh, we're here now, awesome, and it sounds like there's a key change during the solos in Lost in the Garden, which is really cool that you would do it, like, in the middle of the solos, as opposed to doing it for a chorus. So I thought that was pretty cool. But all 3 of those songs, I feel like they all bring something different to the album. It doesn't feel like anything repetitive. That was kind of what I felt last week, is that they didn't really add much. I do feel like they do add much at this point. But, yeah, I mean, it's such a complete package of an album. There are no real wasted moments. Even the songs that might not be as good as others are still enjoyable and cool songs. And a really cool thing about this band is that you have really cool power metal mixed with really hard thrash metal, like a really good hybrid. A lot of power metal kind of just is power metal for what it is, but this one adds a lot of ferocity to it.
I think it's definitely more power metal, though. It's probably like an 80-20 split. Power metal with like 20% thrash, except for Stand and Deliver, which has a lot more thrash than, I mean, it's still power metal.
And
but
Dissonance.
Dissonance, yeah. It's kind of like, it's got the best of both worlds, to be honest.
Exactly.
So I think time for ratings. Before I get to my rating, I just want to mention something that this is just a stupid, silly kind of thing, but throughout listening to this album, I kept hearing things that wasn't what she's actually saying, because like this Japanese band, she's singing in English, but with a Japanese accent, and I'm not the best at picking out lyrics already, so you add the accent on top of that, and then my ears are hearing stuff that I'm not really hearing. So I wrote a couple of things down because I thought they were kind of funny. And keep in mind, I'm the most immature guy you'll ever meet, so some of this stuff is ridiculous. But I just want to share with you a couple things, and I can't remember what songs these are from, but I heard the following phrases in whatever songs. I heard shitballs. I heard those that bear ass. I heard let's see your hair, my guy. I heard ass to mouth and turkey hat.
Did you write like what songs those are from?
I didn't write what songs they were from, and I should have, so you guys can have reference.
I guess they were calling you out with "Let's See My Hair."
Let's see your hair, my guy. Yeah, I mean, no. The only people that ever see me without a hat on are like my cat and my pillow. That's it. Other than that, like it's glued to my head. But anyway, to my rating. So this is an album where every person in the band shines from cover to cover. The bass is awesome. The drums pound throughout. There's lots of little highlights here and there. The guitars rip, they shred all over the place, and the vocal performance is stellar as fuck. This, I'm proud to say, is going to be my first toe tag of the year. Exceptional, phenomenal album from Lovebites.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, you made a really good point with how everyone in this band shines on this album. I feel like it was a stellar performance from literally everyone. Everyone gets something that, really kind of turns your head. Like, there'll be something in the vocals that make you think, oh, that was sick. Something in the drums, something in the bass guitar. Everyone kicked ass on this album. Half of the album went in my playlist. It's a toe tag for me. This is the first 2 toe tag album since Megadeth in September. It's been a while, but you know what? Well deserved for Judgment Day, because this album is bomb. Lovebites definitely earned this one. I'm glad we finally got to cover an album from this band on the channel, considering how crazy they are.
I did go back and listen to some of their older stuff too, and they still fucking slay, but I feel like this is their magnum opus at this point. They're coming of age album, how we want to put it. This is their shit. This is where they're shining the most. For sure.
Yeah, well, 2 toe tags for Judgment Day by Lovebites, and that's all we got for you guys today. Remember to like this video if you liked it. Tell us in the comments below what's your favorite song from the album, because I feel like it can be hard to choose considering how many quality songs are on this record. And subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I'm TV Fish.
I'm Wild Self.
We'll see you guys later.